Currently, I'm inside the park over here on 50 West 57th Street, 52nd Street and 11th Avenue in Manhattan. And it's a decent day out. I have to wear a couple layers, unfortunately, and it's a little windy. You might hear the wind in the background, but it's definitely a nice day. I'm starting to do some videos outside right now as opposed to doing them inside. The lighting is a lot better, you know. This way, you know, you guys can see us better. You know, it's a better view. And like we did the video yesterday, and you know, it was windy, but the actual picture quality was the best quality that we've had. So with the camera that we have right now, you know, natural light is the best light to use. So we decided we're gonna work with this. If if it gets a little windy or it starts raining, we're gonna have to cut it off. But let's keep moving. For some reason today I'm a little tired. You know, I woke up. Oh, it was crazy. Anyway, let's get moving to this. So, Sale Sunday. All right. If you guys have properties that you're trying to get off the market, and you have already placed them on the market, or you're about to place them on the market, this is how you begin to push the product. First of all, first thing you need to do is make sure the property itself looks good. Okay, that's number one. And you can't do a mediocre job, number one. And number two, you can't do a job that you personally like and expect to get the property to sell. Especially if you're not a professional. You need to know what's selling in the neighborhood that you live in. You need to know the bracket of consumer that you're looking to purchase, you know, to have purchase your property. You need to know whether they like contemporary or modern looked properties, because honestly speaking, not everybody likes modern homes. Some people like contemporary. You know, some people prefer to have that old school, you know, porcelain, this and different color walls and what have you. So you definitely have to know that. And then two, look at statisticals, right? So you could go to the realdeal.com website. You could purchase a book on properties that have sold, or the average property that have sold, average price point for the property that have sold in your neighborhood, which are comparables, and those basically would have the same type of property that you have, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, or studios. And it also gives you the demographic of people that have been purchasing those homes. Okay, so these are the things that you definitely need to look into. That's number one. Number two, my suggestion is to get a realtor to help you with the sales process, because you don't want this to be a job for you, right? And I know some people, you know, have a temper issue, like they don't want to deal with other people, and I understand it and I respect that. But at some point when you go into business, you're gonna have to deal with someone. You understand what I'm saying? And that's, hold on one second. And you're gonna have to deal with that. Okay, so my suggestion is get more than one. You know what I mean? There's certain rules to the real estate sales game. So you could either have one exclusive realtor who takes your property, takes the money from their real estate company, and then push your product, push your home, sell it to the public, and then give everybody else, other agents inside the company that they work with, the opportunity to sell a property as well. This way you have the capability of selling it a whole lot faster. Or what you can do, if you're more comfortable, is you could have that one agent do it and then deal with several other agents at the same time and let them do it. But understand that when you're dealing with multiple agents, you're going to get a whole bunch of calls. You're going to have to deal with all these agents. And if you're willing to do that, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Personally, fine. You can also work exclusively with two separate agencies, but they have to know about one another. They have to legally be aware that both agencies are exclusively working with with that one real estate product, right? There's been so many times where I've had people who are trying to sell their properties, and they tell me, oh, well, the agent that I'm working with isn't doing well, you know, we want to work with you. And I'm like, well, did you sign a contract? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, well, you know, I really can't do anything about that. We have to wait till your contract is up, you know. Or there would be someone who already has someone in contract, but then they don't tell us as a company, they don't tell us, oh yeah, you know, I have an exclusive contract with someone. And then when we put and then they give us all the information, and then we put their stuff up in the system, they say, oh, I never told you this, I never told you that, you know. And then it's just to back them up, and then at the end of the conversation they're laughing because they know that they messed up. You understand what I mean? Like, this is all business as a whole. There's no need to play games like that. Like, if you really want to get into this and really want to sell your stuff, then you need to know the ins and outs of the market. You need to know the ins and outs of the business as a whole. Don't try to let anybody jerk you. You understand? Don't do it. I'm looking at you. Yes, don't do it. So I just want to give you heads up on that. It is starting to rain a little bit, so unfortunately, but it's okay. And no lie, this morning I woke up, I went to get some breakfast, realized it was really cold, I had a t-shirt on, I was playing myself. And then I went back upstairs after I got my food, ate, and next thing I know, I'm back in the bed again, sleep. I'm like, what is going on? But I had 2 meetings yesterday and the day before, and I think that's the reason why. It's because I was doing more. You know, when you deal with people in business, sometimes they drain you of your energy, and you have to recoup. And I needed to recoup for a couple hours. Normally on Sundays, I'm off. I'm moving. I'm doing everything that I have to do. See, now I have to do it, you know, at 1 instead of doing it at 8 or 9. So it's all good. You can hear the dogs in the background. I'm next to the dog park and whatnot. But this is raw and uncut, ladies and gentlemen. This is raw and uncut. So. You know, this is how we do it. You want the real deal, like realdeal.com. This is what you're gonna get. All right. And subscribe and like, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe and like. I'm happy to work with you. We try to limit the amount of time we're on the video chat because we know people's attention spans are short. So take the information that I've given you so far. Study as much as you possibly can. Realdeal.com works. The New York Times, you could go there, put your ad in the paper there if you want to do it by yourself. And then my other suggestion is this: if you're an investor in real estate, don't have your property in your name. Originally, you might want to do that, but after that, you need to transfer the property into the company's name. I don't care what anybody else says. This is what you need to do. You know, and then give your lawyer power of attorney on that property. Okay, do it. It's for precautionary measures. If you play chess, you understand what I'm saying. You need to see 5 steps ahead of the game, right? You need to have 5 different options. Same thing as when you're selling the property or wanting to buy a property. You need to have 5 different outcomes, okay? Like, what's going to happen if this happens? What's going to happen if that happens? That kind of thing, okay? And I know some of you who are selling co-ops and whatnot, and you got to go through a co-op board. I know it's a different process and it's more strenuous and whatnot, but trust and believe, it's definitely something that you want to go through. I don't particularly like the whole co-op situation, to be honest with you, but hey, if you love it, if you like it, I love it. All right, so that's going to be the show for the day. Once again, go to therealdeal.com. You could purchase the listings of the real estate that's been sold for the past year, if I'm not mistaken, on their website. They also have statistics on the website, so you don't have to purchase anything. You just go and look through. You can also go to MNS.com, which is another real estate agency that I worked for in the past, and they also have a statistical analysis on their board for free. All right. It's raining right now, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna head on out. Hope you all have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll be talking to you. Peace out.